Good morning, I'm Frank Powers, and this is Lifestyle Tucson, the program where I speak to our neighbors, the people behind the scenes of our amazing organizations, small businesses, and nonprofits. Our friends are informing you how they serve our community, and they are here to give you updates on future projects. Let's make some new friends today. Autism Spectrum Disorder, ASD, is a complex developmental disability typically appearing during childhood and affecting a person's ability to communicate and interact with others. 1 in 36, or 2.78% of 8-year-old children in the area of Arizona were identified with autism by Arizona Developmental Disabilities Surveillance Program, the ADDSP, and boys are actually 4.3 times more likely to be diagnosed with autism than girls. We're here to help and go all in for autism in a big way, because the Autism Society of Southern Arizona is having their biggest and best event ever. All in for Autism Dino Day and Walk. They put dinosaurs right in the theme. It's exciting, and it's happening on Saturday, April 19th at the TCC to raise awareness and provide resource materials that will improve the lives of those affected by autism. And today, I'm fortunate to speak with Kate Elliot, Executive Director of the Autism Society of Southern Arizona. Kate, welcome back to Lifestyle Tucson.
Thanks for having us. I'm excited to be here.
I am excited to have you back. And we've got new friend Courtney Broome, Board President of the Autism Society of Southern Arizona. Courtney, welcome to Lifestyle Tucson.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to meet you. You can see how excited I am. I've been torturing these folks for about 15 minutes before we even turn these microphones on about how pumped I am about All In for Autism Dino Day. I love that you put dinosaurs right in the title. I don't know why. I think it makes it better. For some reason.
Everything's better with dinosaurs,
right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except a run. I mean, that's why we're walking. You don't be running from dinosaurs, that's for sure.
No.
That's why we're all walking together. Hand in very short, tiny T-Rex hand. Having fun. I think the best part is I just came from the Festival of Books this weekend, having a good time. All these kids really have some fun dinosaur-themed hoodies and outfits just in their everyday regular clothing.
There's some amazing dinosaur hoodies
Right?
that make you look like it's so cool.
I love it. Are you going to dress up in anything dinosaur themed? Perhaps, Courtney, one of those giant inflatable dinosaurs. I would love to see it. Are we going to see some of those at the day?
Actually, I am. I'll be kicking off the walk like that.
I knew it. I knew it. The inflatable dinosaur costumes are hysterical.
They're the best.
Right?
Yeah.
So how many of those do you think we're going to see that day?
Probably about 3 or 4. We got some that looks like you're riding the dinosaur,
Yes,
and
yes.
then Courtney's got this cool 90s vibe to him. So he's got a cool 90s T-Rex vibe on his costume. Super excited about.
Love it. And that's just the
all
staff
sorts
that's
of
got at
things.
least 4 of them. I guarantee a bunch of people walking are going to be wearing these fun costumes and funny outfits that are hysterical. I'll tell you, if I was able to go, I have a pair of Godzilla slippers that I could bet would probably work. I'd get away with it.
Yeah,
Big Godzilla slippers. But that's the trick, is it makes it, I think, a little more fun to have a themed event where it has a little cosplay involved.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see if the people get together costumes or things, whatever they want for the event. We also have T-shirts available that are different types of T-shirts. You can personalize the back with your team logo or picture. Or like my family says, the Elliots rock the spectrum. And
Nice.
so, but then we have a couple different T-shirt fronts people can pick. And so if you don't want to go all out making your own costumes or something, you can get a shirt.
Yeah.
join
And
the
again,
fun.
that's going to benefit the organization. I saw one of those. I just found it's the Stimosaurus, right? That's amazing. Heck yeah. So there's all these fun ways to support the organization. But really, let's talk about this big event. Get all the details. Let me not get ahead of myself. Tell us all about your organization and just give us the 101.
So we are the Autism Society of Southern Arizona, and we're here to support anyone at any point in their autism journey, whether just diagnosed or they've been diagnosed or exploring a diagnosis. And we'll help them connect to resources and navigate all the confusing services, and even diagnosis can be confusing. And then we have social and support groups for every age group, for like little kids, teens, and adults. Our adult population is actually, groups are probably the biggest. And then we also also have groups for parents and caregivers as well. And we do training in the community, helping people understand how to better serve the autistic individuals that come to their services or schools, or work with emergency responders. We just finished training all the crisis response teams. And
slow down. This is all so good. My goodness.
So we do all that.
Oh, we just made the crisis responses, everyone. That's fine. Just building a justice league of people that are helping everyone in the community. No big deal.
That's the goal. Yeah, sure.
So like, that's what it is that you are doing so much. Again, we can get a lot of the information over at as-az.org. So this way you can see all of the benefits, all of the programs, and everything going on. Tell me about the team. That's exciting.
About the
Justice League you're putting together. What was that you were blasting through that quickly? I need to slow you down.
So we've been doing training. We have a program called Autism Friendly Communities, and we will work with anybody in the community who wants to just understand how they can be more inclusive of the autistic community in anything that they do. So we've trained most of the police forces in Southern Arizona, definitely all of TPD. And we just finished training all the crisis responder teams. So like, the one you dial 988 if you're having a mental health emergency, instead of I need police, I just need support. All of those responders we trained and gave them all the really cool sensory bags to respond to. And we go to schools, churches. I've trained groups of grandparents, anybody and any.
That's incredible.
Interested.
Well, that's incredible. That's why, again, slow down. Look at that. All right. Do you need maybe this thing for your organization to know that you've trained the TPD in this, to know that you've trained all these crisis folks that are helping us out so that they know how to help us out in the best, most modern way? Yes. That is exciting and really makes a big difference just in some of the stuff I'm going to ask you next, because that's huge.
Yeah.
Holy geez. I've been promoting the event that's coming up, and it's on the 19th, but we're going to talk about all this back and forth. Remember, if your kid isn't autistic, remember, statistically, one of their classmates is. And helping them understand that, isn't that something that you can do for that family, that your kid and your family understands their situation, so that maybe they're not going to isolate that kid. Maybe they're going to help that kid if they're getting bullied by another kid in the class that obviously has no care or concern for maybe someone that's dealing with something, because bullies still exist, even though it's modern times, and kids can be cruel. So having your kid understand and be the defender of kids in his class that might need help is really something special, and something that I think all of us should think about, because it's a community, and that's the point. We got to think about everyone and the others, and especially your kids' classmates. That's, I think, something that some of us take for granted.
It is. It really, I always tell when we go to talk to little kids that, our autistic friends actually just can be super, super fun, because they look at toys and everything differently. So they have so much better, new ways to look at the world and how to have fun and engage and imagine. So they make the best friends.
Yeah, sure do.
Having that understanding is great.
Right. And speaking of making best friends, all right, let's hang out with my new friend right here across the way. Courtney, how did you get involved, and how long have you been involved with the organization? Because this is the first time we're meeting.
Yeah, I got involved because I was working with one of the staff's children, and they were like, hey, we might need a extra board member to jump on. I've always been passionate about working with the autistic community, and so I want to say about 3 or 4 years ago, I jumped on the board and then found my way to being president, and it's been a huge passion for me. I think everywhere I go and any job I've ever had, I always bring up the Autism Society, and I'm always trying to plug Kate and what she's doing for the community. I think one of the coolest events we had was one time I was at this leadership conference, and I saw Douglas PD, and I saw he had a puzzle piece, and and I was like, oh, are you touched by autistic community? And he's like, oh, a little bit. And I was like, well, we do trainings. I would really like to have a Autism Society do your training. And I connected him with Kate, and they went down within a couple of months, and it was awesome. So
that's incredible. Again, this is actually one of the most mind-blowing things, is how much you're training all these folks to really be able to help everybody. That is something. That's quite the accolade that you should almost be touting a lot more, and these organizations should be touting it.
The community in Southern Arizona and Tucson has been so incredibly welcoming and willing, and just we haven't even had to advertise the trainings as much. People just call us constantly because they want to be able to be more understanding and more inclusive in their work. And I love the Tucson community so much for that. I think it's just amazing.
Well, it is the best. I always say Tucson's the baby bear's porridge. It's just right, especially for networking and getting friends together. So let's talk about getting together on the 19th. I'm excited. I was telling you before before how I've been promoting this nonstop using the Jurassic Park theme song when I'm on the radio as a wacky DJ on the weekends. And it's insane and fun, but I like to take people on a bit of a guilt trip, making sure that they know they should go to this fun event. It's dinosaur themed. I'm playing the Jurassic Park theme behind me. The crescendo comes up. It's very exciting. I get super pumped. I then say life finds a way, which is the catchphrase from Stupid Jurassic Park. And the other catchphrase is you got to come to this event because you know why? We spared no expense. So let's talk about some of the fun things that we're going to do that day. You gave me a fun thing that shoots bubbles. And listen to this. It's got a clippy dinosaur on it so we can blow bubbles and then the dinosaur has to chomp them up. That's already a fun game.
Yes, no, it's super fun. All the kids are going to get those at the event. And so we're bringing the walk back. The walk went away during COVID. And so this is the first year the walk is coming back. And
That's what I noticed that.
Yeah, to have the people really wanted it back and it's here. And so we're trying to do it in a way that's inclusive for everybody. I know that for me, the walks were always, I was going to lose my kids in the desert. My kids are not walk on a line type kiddos, which is fine. So if you don't want to do the walk part, you don't have to. You can come and just come see all the entertainment and the excitement. We have all sorts of crafts and science. We have the reptile petting zoo, so you can pet those, modern day dinosaurs. And the Civic Orchestra's coming out. Their instrument petting zoo. We have Jedi training.
Here we are again.
I go too fast.
Slow
Sorry.
down. We have lots of time
so much
to
talk about.
All right, because already you're saying, we got this Jedi training. Oh, whoa, huh? What? Right.
No.
So slow down. So yes, good point. A reptile petting zoo, because those are the modern dinosaurs to a degree. Well, I mean, technically, I think birds. I'm not sure.
Well,
we're not bringing birds down here. We can't have condors attacking children. No.
We have chickens.
Oh, we have chickens. There you go. So we do have some of our feathered friends down there. All right. We're going to pet some reptiles. What else? Slow down. I heard. Okay. So there's. Go ahead.
So there's dinosaur crafts. There's a group from the U of A coming out to do science experiments with the kiddos. We have crafts and science instrument petting zoo from the Civic Orchestra. So they bring out all these instruments.
That's amazing. So again, so the Civic Orchestra, again, classy bunch of folks. Pinkies out, but you get a petting zoo. If you've never been to an instrument petting zoo, they bring all these instruments so that your kids can try out. Let's bang on a tambourine. Let's try these drums. Let's blow on a trumpet. Let's do this. And obviously everything's sanitary and fun. But it's a way for kids to experiment with some music. And that's always good, especially for these autistic kids that we're going to find out a bunch of them have amazing sets of skills and can really keep time. So that's an exciting thing. I see the petting zoo at various events, and it's very popular and fun.
It's so fun. I love watching the kids explore everything. We also have the train museum coming out with model trains, trying to hit all those, special interests of everybody, and keep it all dinosaurs too. And so,
well, when you're a dinosaur, you need tiny buildings and tiny vehicles around to stop near so that you feel gigantic. Tiny trains, toot toot.
Absolutely. And we have a lot of character friends coming out to join us. We have a bunch of princesses, and we have the Jedis coming out, and they will be doing lightsaber training throughout the day.
Amazing.
And the Ghostbusters. They're also going to do a demonstration.
Arizona Ghostbusters.
And the Arizona Ghostbusters.
I was going to say, who are you going to call next? Thankfully, you made the call to the Arizona Ghostbusters. All right, is Mr. Nature, my man, going to be there?
Mr. Nature will be there singing songs. It'll be fun. And we have a capoeira group that works with autistic kids who's going to come out and do a capoeira class on the main stage as well.
Wow.
And Saguaro Music Theater.
Saguaro City Music Theater, again, my favorite folks, friends of the show. They just announced their yearly shows. Mm-hmm. They announced Annie, and they announced Shrek, and there's another. Go to their website to find it all out at sagcity.org. I love them. They're one of my favorite groups, and another organization that's helping children in town, and that's huge. So go make friends with all these great friends that are going to be at the All In for Autism Dino Day and Walk on the 19th. What time does it start?
It starts at 10, so the walk will start about 10:15, but you can come and do any of the entertainment, anything from 10 to 2. So the whole day it'll be there available, and you can come enjoy and have fun with us.
Remember, there's a little bit of admission, but it goes toward the entire organization, and it's so that they can do these events. And remember, you're going to get something fun when you go. For an individual $15 donation, you get your walk registration, access to all the fun and entertainment, and a tote bag or a fidget. That's a good time. Then you've got your family donations at $75 for families of 5 to 10 people. That's a pretty good deal. All right, that gives you a tote, a fidget, per person up to 5. And then maybe your organization wants to go, maybe you should, for a $150 donation for groups, offices, and organizations. Get you access to all this good stuff. And 1 tote or fidget per person up to 10. So that's a good time. Once you get everybody involved, it's a fun day out for your friends, for you and your neighbors. Get your cousins, call grandma. Let's all go down to the TCC. And that's the best part. It is inside, right?
Yes, it's inside.
Heck yeah.
It'll be air conditioned. Hopefully it'll be nice and cool for the walk, but it's not too long. We'll have water for you. And then you can come in, relax, and have fun.
Amazing. All right, well, let's keep talking just about the organization and some of the other benefits of what you've got going on. Just not when it's the biggest, fundraiser event that you have where we're dressing up as dinosaurs having a good time. No, you're doing stuff all the time. But Courtney's just sitting here. Courtney, why don't you tell me about some of this stuff going on? Because, again, how long have you been involved with the organization now that you got up to president? How long have you been involved?
4 years.
Okay, 4 years. Yeah. So it's a pleasure. So it's not like you're new. All right, you're just new to me. So tell me about some of your favorite parts of it and your experience from just some of the things you've done while talking about some of the stuff you do monthly.
I think some of the favorite things I do and some of the favorite events I've done is the Santa meet. I always dress up as an elf. And I was this year I was Buddy the elf. And,
oh, nice.
Yeah, and I think I love just having parents come and bring their autistic children and not being too afraid that, hey, if my kid's screaming and yelling, they're going to have to be sent away. We welcome all of it. We want them to come in their most natural setting. And I think also just seeing them have so much fun with Santa, having the families get a family picture, which can be so hard.
Right.
And us just working with them, just knowing hey, everything's okay. I think that's really my favorite part. Some of the things we do is we do adult social club. We do that twice a month, one virtual, one in person. I've been to a adult social club. It's a big fun party every Friday night. It's very driven by everyone there, so they kind of just decide what they're gonna do. And yeah, that's one of the other events. And I feel like they have littles meetups as well once a month, and that's where a bunch of little kids come and just kind of have an opportunity to have social play. And, just have a safe place where they can play and where there's no judgment going on.
I was going to say, you got to take these to a judgment-free zone, but we can't all go to Planet Fitness and hang out now, right? We got to hang out with people that that it's safe. Because I deal with a lot of parents too, and man, they will get very I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And it's you do not need to apologize for any of this at all, but they are just a little unnerved. And it's nice to give them the comfortable situation for the parents as well as those kids. I think that's a big, big factor because it's quite it can be quite the burden what you're talking about there, right? Where you're just we're just trying to take this picture with Santa, and around other families or at a busy mall, you're just going to have a bunch of people. No one likes to wait in a line, whereas everyone in this situation understands everybody else's situation, and that's important. There's a famous graduation speech called "This is Water," and it really I implore everybody to look at it. It gives you a good perspective of you really never know what everyone else is going through. So you don't need to judge someone when someone's at the front of the line and they're taking too long and you're in a rush. You don't know what they're dealing with, where they're going, where they came from, the news that they just heard. So it's always good to know that you're in a place of kindness and that's what you're providing. I think that's a huge part of what you're providing for families, not just kids, for families. That's who you're taking care of. You're not taking care of these kids, you're taking care of these families because that's what it really all is, isn't it? It's a big family experience.
This year, we were able to open up our own, move into our own space and start a community center. And so we were able to actually be able to make it a sensory-friendly space. And we just want everybody, when they walk in our doors, we accept you and love you just as you are. And however you communicate, however you stim or move, we're here to meet you and love you and support you just as you are and for who you are. We really just want to create that space where everybody feels safe.
Well, how nice is that? What better an invitation does one need? And again, this is the point. Word of mouth is the best advertising. It ain't billboards. So if you know someone that they're I know someone that this might actually affect. I know somebody that this would actually help. Tell them about it. You got to tell them about this fun day on the 19th. You got to tell them about Autism Society of Southern Arizona so that they know about it, so that they're aware of how great it is. Because what an invitation that just was. That was really nice. And that's what you're doing. And I did want to bring up that I did notice that. It says, join us at our new building. And it's 2302 East Speedway Boulevard, Suite 112. It's too sweet here in Tucson. And if you're close to the zip code 85712, now you know that you're that close to this great place. When did you move in there? How long have you been there?
We just moved in January.
No kidding. Congratulations.
It's been amazing to just have carpeted rooms and a space of our own where people can come. We're still, raising all the money to get all the furniture so we can make it extra cool and create our sensory room and stuff. But we'll get there. But it's been just so amazing to have our groups there.
How did you get to this point? Like, how did you get the building? Was this part of like a big grant you got from somebody, or was it an organization, or how did this actually evolve?
We had a smaller office at the Children's Clinic for many years, and just from circumstances, our rent was going up, and so we took the leap of faith that we were going to make this jump and be able to move into our own space. Previously, we had been borrowing spaces all over the city,
right?
And it was a lot to pack everything up, go create a whole thing, and then tear it all back down. And so it's been nice to just be able to have a space so we can have everything be sensory friendly, have all our stuff there, and really be able to open our doors to everybody on a regular basis.
Wow. I mean, I only ask that because I know that there are organizations in town that take care of the smaller organizations that, and that's how a lot of this stuff works. And sometimes it is we got a big grant, so we're able to build a new facility, or able to move, or able to do this. So that's fascinating. But the fact that you did not receive that, that just brings me to my next big thing, where you should probably donate to this great organization to help them buy some new furniture, to help them get some things going along, because you got a brand new building to take care of and you haven't even been there 6 months. So that's incredible. What are some of the things that you think that you need more than donations? Are you trying to take anything like donated furniture or anything like that, or not really? Is it more like, let's focus on donating so we can buy brand new things and brand new stuff?
At this point, the things that we need are like cabinetry that actually like fits appropriately. So
right.
We have accepted some donated furniture and things, but now we just need to be able to buy some cabinets and things of that nature.
Okay, so make sure that you go to as-az.org. There's a lot of tabs right there at the top, but there's an easy one to find that says donate. So it's a good way to get involved. Remember, if you can't donate your time, donate your money. If you can't donate your money, try to donate some time. Time is money, right? You know that. That's how I always say on this show, because I want you to do something with it. So just make sure you go do that donation. Remember, it is tax deductible, so that's something to think about when you're helping out a 501c3 here in Tucson. We got a lot of great ones, but this is one of the best. You really do care about, like I say, families, not just kids. And families that are, in a way, sometimes maybe a little lost. They need help. They need guidance. They need to know, and they don't know where to turn. So going to you guys is really important.
No, I just want to also add to that we do help families and we help kids, but like a population that always gets forgotten is the adults, and that's
right.
been a big thing for me. I always want to help the adults. In my professional job, I work with autistic adults, and I love that Kate is pushing that for the autistic community, that we have even a late diagnosis group that happens Saturday once a month, and really just bringing that population together, because it's been really forgotten, and a lot of people have been walking around with no resources. So
that's a really good point.
100% of autistic kids become autistic adults.
Right.
So we need to start focusing on supporting those adults as they keep growing, because they're just going to keep, more kids are going to keep becoming adults, and there's a lack of supports and services. And there's a huge influx also of adult diagnosed. A lot of parents like myself, after my kids were diagnosed, I received a diagnosis. And so that happens constantly. And so navigating that in the world is a different thing.
Do you think some people are almost afraid to discover if they are? Do you think that's a thing with it? Mm-hmm. Because the generation before us, obviously, we didn't have that. We did this. It's like, you sure? Mm-hmm. Because again, I see some of your habits, behaviors, collections, things that you do. And even my uncle, they used to call it Asperger's. Is that what it would be? Or not, is that too? Or is that like on the spectrum of it, or am I speaking the right language?
So Asperger's in 2013 was rolled into the Autism Spectrum Disorder, which is now the DSM-5. It has some racist Nazi-related affiliates with the word Asperger, Hans Asperger.
Is that what it is? Okay, fascinating.
And so that's why people don't use Asperger's any longer.
Okay.
And so it's just all part of the autism spectrum. So that's a very wide spectrum.
Fascinating. And I'm glad to know that now, honestly. And that's what we talk about here. It's about learning, because I love etymology. I love where the words come from. And to learn that, it's like, that makes a lot of sense why we did that. Pretty anti-Nazi around here. All right. Yeah. And that's the thing, is that is important to hear about. But I'm like, I knew my uncle was that. I absolutely knew my uncle's on the spectrum for sure. It was the 50s, and it's later on. So he's just, he's a grouch, or he's or he's this way. He's quiet. All those terms, when he definitely could have used some resources for sure to just help him communicate better. Simple as that. That is interesting to learn about. And I do feel that is something that every adult that might be dealing with this should try to find out, get some resources. And again, I know they're out there too, because I used to own a comic store and I'm a wrestling fan. These aren't jokes. These things attract folks like this. And I've always been friendly to folks like that because they're friendly and they're nice and they're going to talk to you about Spider-Man and they're talk about your interests too. And they love it as much as you do. And there's nothing wrong really with anybody. It's just about, especially when they're trying to be friends with a common interest. So that's an important factor as well. And I do love a lot of these folks a lot. I had a friend of mine, I was just friendly with this customer and his sister contacted me one day and she goes, you know what I love about you, Frank? We were at some event and he's at the event because I invited him to the event. She's like, you're aggressively friendly. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. And I put it on my resume to this day. That's beautiful. That I am like, come on, you can come to the thing. And I didn't realize this. Oh no, he doesn't get invited to the things. I'm like, oh really? He's one of my friends. I just invite all my friends to things. I didn't think of him as any different thing. He's one of the people that always comes to the night. That's the point. Yeah. So she thanked me for it. I was like, you got nothing to thank me for. This is just how I treat people. Keep that in mind. Is that there is an adult underserved population with that. And maybe guiding someone that you might know that might get some resources, or if you yourself might find some resources, go for it. Go for it. Go get these resources. Contact you. What's the best way for people to contact you?
So you can email us at info@as-az.org, or you can give us a call at 520-770-1541, and I'll answer the phone and help you out in any way I can.
There you go. That's easy peasy. Any last calls to action at all from you guys?
Join us, help us. We're excited to have everybody join us and keep loving all those autistic people in your world. We're trying to make Tucson the best place to be autistic, so join us in that.
Heck yeah, it's already the best place to be lots of things, so I wouldn't imagine it's any different for anyone if they happen to be autistic. All right, any last things from you?
Yeah, just if you can, donate something in any way, whether that's time, money, or just your knowledge, right? We just need to rally around this community at all times and just really find a way to support them because they're the greatest, and yeah, we just need support.
That's the spirit. Because today, we made friends with Kate Elliot, Executive Director of the Autism Society of Southern Arizona, as well as Courtney Broome, Board President of the Autism Society of Southern Arizona, creating a world where everyone in the autism community is connected to the support they need when they need it. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This was Lifestyle Tucson. Bing bong bing, time for a recap. What an excellent conversation I had with those two. It was really nice hanging out with Kate again and meeting Courtney, who when we got all done, he's like, you're so professional. Like I do sometimes forget how I just keep going, editing live and just having a great conversation with people because I love being friends with people in the community. It's not phony. You can hear how much I care about it. So it's always nice to meet new people, especially people that make their careers and make their living by doing great things like volunteering and working for organizations like the Autism Society of Southern Arizona. So you yourself can get involved. Go get all the details over at as-az.org. Go stop by and say hi at 2302 East Speedway Boulevard. It's their new building in Suite 112 here in Tucson, 85712. Follow them over on Instagram at Autism Society _SOAZ. And then they're on Facebook as well. Give them a like if you haven't. Autism Society of Southern Arizona. The big event is going to be at the TCC, All In for Autism Dino Day and Walk on the 19th. Again, all those details are available on the website, as-az.org. Donate your time, donate some money, get involved, do something, or just go have fun and walk like a dinosaur. It's always a good time. They should make a song about it. So I want to thank our new friends at the Autism Society of Southern Arizona for joining me today. You've been listening to Lifestyle Tucson. If you're a nonprofit that would like to be on the show, email lifestyletucson@gmail.com. For more information about this program or to listen to something you may have missed, go to the Sunday Mornings page on klpx.com, kfma.com, mixfm.com, or espntucson.com. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube, or wherever fine podcasts are finding a way. Follow on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Lifestyle Tucson because I'm your BFF, your best Frank forever, Frank Powers. And toot toot Tucson, I love you the most.